What up? What up? What up? I'm so delayed. I'm sorry. I had to go to my phone because I don't know what's going on with my PCs. I don't switch PCs. I don't know if it's just a Windows situation. So, good morning, everybody. I'm on my phone right now. So, if you're calling me, oh well, at this point. So, come on in here. Come on in here. We're going to have William on a little later. I apologize for the delay. I supposed to be started at 9 o'clock. But the show must go on. I can't prolong it any longer. So, how is everyone doing? I need some hellos in the chat. How y'all doing? I don't know why I put that up there. Um, what's going on, people? What's going on? So, once y'all get in here, good morning. I see. Let's see. Get some comments. Red and blacks in the chat. Let me know where you are calling from, where you're headed to. How's your morning? What you're drinking? I need to know all those things because it's a morning. It's good morning time. So wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in the bed. Remember that. Now, this is going to be for now until I may have a certain position. I have an interview for Friday. It's an important role in the government. So it might be where I won't be coming on every day for morning shows, but I might do something like a pre-show on the weekends or whatever. So that's how we'll probably set that up. So I'll let y'all know moving forward. Please let me know you hear me. I appreciate y'all seriously. But let's go ahead and get into the news and everything. And I appreciate y'all being here. Put some hellos in the chat, and then I'll make sure I let y'all come on when it's time. So let me get my notes here. I really wanted to be together, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so we are talking about basketball, and then I think William is coming on. What's up? What's up? How you doing? You ready?
How are we? Yeah,
Okay.
ready to go.
I had to just get on my phone because both computers just don't want to act right. So I think it's a Windows thing or something. I don't know. Morning, Melvin Emery, Miss Maggie T, and yes, we can hear you. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. This phone is going to have to be my reliable source. Hope no one's bothering me. So, all right. So let's talk about this person right here. I'm just going to put a little video up for you guys so y'all can kind of see the man, the myth, and the legend. All right, all right. Let me go ahead. I see this phone is just not my favorite friend. I'm just gonna let you know. But here we go.
Sir. Yes, sir. Needed it. Oh yeah. It's a great week of basketball. Hope all fans like that. Let's keep it going.
ATL, Mr. Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. Congratulations to him, everyone. Trae Young has what does he got right there? Trae Young is averaging near career high across the board, and he has received the Conference Player of the Week award. So congratulations to Trae Young. This man is amazing. He is still young and have so much potential to come on his team. And it's like, if we can get him some protection, or not protect, just some help as they've been adjusting, because you notice that we got rid of Cam Reddish. There's some rumors about John Collins being traded. So there has been some floating around in trade rumors, and apparently the Hawks could be looking to move on from him as well. So there are things that are in the making where the Hawks knew that something had to be done in order to be that contending team they were starting to become towards the end of the season. So, William, do you watch basketball? I mean, I know you're a football fan, but American football fan, do you watch basketball in the U.S. as well?
Yeah, I try to keep up with it as much as I can. I have been a little bit complacent just due to how crazy the NFL playoffs have been this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of trying to follow basketball as much as possible. The Hawks had a really sort of inconsistent start to the year.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, shipping out those and getting back some capital will hopefully benefit them because they can start to build a young team, but use their picks to kind of build a young team but a strong team, because he definitely needs the support. As good as Trae Young is and as consistent as he has been, it does look like, well, for anyone, one man doesn't make a team. But at least I can see that they're sort of blowing it up in the right way. They're not going in about it like the Packers are, or seem to be going in about it like the Green Bay Packers are. The Hawks are being a little bit more tentative, and I think I like that approach, because they definitely need to support them if they want to be this contender again. They've won the last 4 straight. I think it's 4. So they're starting to look like, oh, okay, there's people starting to take notice again. So hopefully it's good times incoming.
Okay. So it's basically, everybody know I've been sick. I tested negative for COVID, but I guess it was a stomach flu. So honestly, this whole entire month, I was only getting the news from just Twitter and things like that. So I really wasn't officially watching the game. So I don't even know how their chemistry is with the changes and adjustments. But it seems like it's going pretty well, because according to, I think we were on like a 4-0 winning streak so far. I'm not sure if that's home or away, but it's the note I put down, which is good. That means improvement is happening at the right time. I'd rather get it together now than trying to figure out towards the end, so that's a good thing. In other news, I don't have Rashad Coward's picture, but he's a converted defensive tackle who's 6'5" and 316 pounds. Was signed as an offensive guard to reserved futures contract by the Falcons on Monday. Coward, who is 27, who played defensive tackle at Old Dominion, has been with Jacksonville, Chicago, and Pittsburgh. He played in 34 NFL games and made 15 starts, and he played in just 4 games for the Steelers last season. So I don't know if you know anything about that individual. Do you know anything about Coward?
From what I've seen, he's pretty quick with his hands. Pittsburgh used to do that old style power run. Obviously, there were bigger and better people on that offensive line at the time, but he did get some snaps, as you said. He's pretty quick off the line for a big body, which is something we need, because if we can find that starting caliber guard, then we can look at kicking back out to his natural right tackle instead of left guard. And it means that McGarry's not struggling, because against the bigger opposition, you've seen it against the Saints in the last game. He got absolutely bullied. Whereas if we can move Mayfield out and sort of look to slot in one of those guards, I think he's definitely a good shout. Well, just because I've had the week off as well, I'd like to speak about another one of the futures contracts that we signed. Namely,
please, like fill in, because like I said, I'm kind of out of it too. So whatever you want to add, go for it.
Yeah. For anyone that knows, I can't remember the lad's name. If you do know, pop in the comments section. But he was a CFL All-Star at defensive back, and obviously we do up on the secondary as well. That's a lot of the big needs going into the draft: offensive line, defensive line, and secondary. So it's good to see that we're addressing that nice and early on. It means that we don't have quite so much pressure on ourselves, and we can maybe even look potentially at taking that quarterback, maybe in one of the later rounds of the draft, to be the future for the franchise. Just depending, because it looks like some of the class, there's a few second day guys in the quarterback. So it gives you guys a lot to think about. The kind of Desmond Ridder sort of those sort of guys. Also, I predicted there was going to be a few guys fall as well, quarterback wise, because there's a lot of bigger needs. Will be in 2 of those, and there being quite a few good receivers in the draft as well, and a few receiver greedy teams. So it opens things up a little bit. So I think that's a really good signing. It just depends how well he adjusts to the Falcons scheme, because we don't tend to run power run. And
Okay.
Right.
And Floyd said, "Morning to you, Scotsman. Good morning. And what are you drinking over there? What are you sipping on this morning? Are you eating something for breakfast?" Maggie T wants to know what everybody's got going on for the morning. Now, let's get off the subject of the Falcons real quick, because this is a news article that it's something that's going around, but I think he's probably just fluffing right now. Tom Brady. Tom Brady is basically now he's like playing, oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to retire. I might. Depends. He's playing that. So do you think Tom Brady got his little ring and say, I'm satisfied, I made something happen in the South, and I'm going to sell off set? Or do you think he's going to give them another year this season?
I think he gives them one more year. Myself, I think he had a lot to prove. Obviously, I've got some friends who call them the Tom Papay Yucks, because apparently, and you can understand that justification. But obviously, having lost Antonio Brown, maybe losing Chris Godwin in the off season, it does kind of make you think: has he kind of felt like this is it, but he really wants that Brady 8. So I think he comes back for one more year. But I think if they don't get it, whether they do it or not next year, I think that's it for him. But I think he does come back. How about you?
Yeah, I think he still got a little, eagerness in his tank. I think he's just trying to get a nice little something, incentive or something before he actually retires. So he's probably fluffing a little bit so they can say, no, Tom Brady, let me give you everything. The kitchen sink, please stay with us. So I think that's what's happening now. I'm on his phone. I was trying to put the link in the chat. I don't see why it's not allowing me to. Let me see. I might have to come on my computer and do it a different way. But give me a second. So I agree. I think that he is just flexing for the most part, because he know he's a hot commodity, and somebody's gonna pay top dollar for him. So. But other than that, that's all I really got to say. I was gonna put the link in the chat. Are you able to, when you say guest, are you able to copy that invite and then just put it in the chat for me? I don't know if you could do it from your end. I might have to do it from my end. Okay, see if you could put the copy in there for me. Just to copy the link and put it in the comments chat, so that fans can get on. And bear with us this morning. I mean, this is all a rough draft. I got to get my corrected PC because these Windows is just not the move. I'm ready to get my MacBook and keep it moving. Thank you. If you could do that for me, that's amazing. Thank you. All right, people, you got the link in the chat. Look, we're just freestyling this morning. We don't have any structure. We don't have any order. But I appreciate you guys tuning in to me. Let me know where you're coming from. Today, I can actually give a $5 5 on it. This is basically just a little gift for somebody that just want to pick up a coffee or something on their way to work. We do that. So this is my small offering to give to you, as well as your donations. If you see at the bottom, the Cash App, Super Chats, whatever you are donating to the channel, it's going back to the community. We are now providing packages to families in need during this COVID relief, when they're sick and things and needing Gatorade, soups, maybe some, hygiene products and things like that. Someone told me about the liquid IV, and I've got some at my house, and I've been able to add that to the package too, along with your Gatorade. You want your Gatorade, but you want that. It's like it says, an IV in a bottle, basically. It's like a powder you pour it in any type of beverage, like your waters and your, but it gives you like that refreshing feel. And you don't really need as many because it counts as 3 cups of water, basically. So it gives you an extra hydration. So you don't want to do it too much. But good morning, Isaac Crimes. How you doing? So if you want to get on the chat and join us, please do. But I want to do a little bit of a mid-break commercial. You know, we're going to be doing some, I got a lot of people, since I kind of put my face in the front versus the back, we've been getting a lot of sponsorships. Somebody hit me up recently, and I'll tell you about it in a minute, but let's talk about this person. She came on the very first episode that I was on solo, and they are a beautiful couple. And it is, if you can see that, that is Sweets by Desean. And of course, my phone want to ring while I'm on it. I'll have to talk to my sister in a minute. Okay. Now, sorry about that. Sweets by Desean. It's a local company in Georgia. They pretty much have taken over the entire South Fulton of Georgia. And they just got on with JJ Fish and Chicken. And they have those slap your mama in your face type of cakes. And I'm really trying to, I'm going to put the word out there because I don't know if they do cookies. But, I've been talking about Big Mama's Cookies. I'm thinking about creating a brand where she's going to provide, the couple's going to provide the pastries for that. So they'll make the cookies. Let me know what flavors you like. We got to get the chip, chocolate chip, macadamia, whatever you want. We want them to be the big old delicious cookies about this big, and pack them up, and so that's going to be cool. So congratulations to Sweets by Desean. I love them to death. I'm going to get with them now that I'm better and see if we can kind of get in the community with them as well, just to kind of check out some of these restaurants and see what they're doing, and go have some JJ's Fish and Chicken, because that sounds kind of good, don't it? All right, so that's advertising. So if you have anything that you want to talk about, if you feel like you want to advertise, like this show is for that. We do advertisement. It's a radio show, technically on YouTube, but treat it like a radio show where people call in. So I'm saying, people, the link is in the chat. You can join us. So is there anything that you want to, well, let's talk about this. So like I said, this Friday, I have the behavioral health interview with this government position, an administrative technician position, where it's right up my alley because I've been advocating for mental health awareness as my daughter's mood depression disorder. She got diagnosed back 2 years ago. She's functioning fine, though. They said, of course, she can just go as long as she take her medication, and maintain that. The sky's the limit for her. It's like I tell my daughter, your disability does not define you. And I had a real horrible, like yesterday, I was really just kind of trying to calm down because I was upset that I'm sitting here bickering with family members, or through family, like, through association with the father of my kids type of situation. And it's just a whole bunch of petty things going on that I just can't stand. I don't like to argue with adults. I don't like to, because what happens is we fail our children when the adults can't get along, and that's the gist of that conversation. It was just like, it was a favor I asked, that it was like, hey, I don't need it anymore because I'm not sick. And it's like, well, that's an inconvenience to me. Since when did your niece was an inconvenience because of the plans you had to make? It was just, it hurt my feelings. At the same time, when I spoke to you about that record label and what was happening in the background with those grimy people, it was just me and my anxiety extremely high. And what people don't understand is, with somebody with a mental health complex, you just can't interrupt them or call them crazy or you need to go get help. And that triggers people. That makes me upset. I just told you I was calling the crises line. I literally called the crises line this weekend because I was, in here shaking. And I don't do that. I don't get like that. So I'm undiagnosed at this point. But I know now, the fact that I got to that point where I told them over the phone, I don't know if I'm a danger to myself right now. I'm going to keep it real. Okay. Because it's like, it's so many people that's in my business that don't need to be. You got whoever this person was that came on just so upset about what we're doing with our money, with our charities and things like that. Who cares? These families are embarrassed to even ask for the help. Do you want me? You think I'm going to put them on Blast Street? Hey, this family on Collier Road got some food. That's none of your business where our money goes. Just know it's going to a good cause. It might not be a charity because I reached out to the one I was thinking about and they haven't answered me. Looked at the message, looked at it again from different phones. It's like I'm done. I don't play with people that don't play with me, you know? So I'll manage it myself. It's a tax write-off. The people that deserving to get it will get it in private. Not everything should be talked about. Okay. That's what people feel like. They got to be so accountable and it's entitled to every last thing. You know, and you see Floyd round looking good, red, black. Okay. You know, so this
Yes.
is going to open up a lot of doors for me in my mental health advising. And the funny thing is, I was on the phone earlier and someone hit me up on Instagram and they was like, we are a mental health apparel line. And they got a mental health matters or something like that. They got like apparel like that. And she said, hey, I would like for you to be ambassador. So you guys probably will see me start wearing mental health awareness shirts to go with what I'm talking about. So the more you open your mouth up, the more you believe in yourself. When other people are bringing you down, things happen. I got God in my life. I praise. I was sick, but God put me right on through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy. All you miserable people that can't stand that, you know, I would put a little finger up. I'm gonna be a little nicer today. So what you got to say, Mr. Will?
Well, I'd just like to start apologising because I know you guys were enjoying me contributing to the content in the mornings. I got a new job, so your boy finna flip some burgers just to kind of make ends meet. But I will still be here for you all. I've got my shift pattern and things worked out. So as I say, keep sharing the love, keep supporting. There's also a GoFundMe, which is available on Twitter, just to help us keep these packages coming, because COVID's not done yet. Of course,
Oh yeah, far from over.
still hundreds of thousands of cases a day internationally. So just obviously make sure if you are in a position to kind of help us out, then be sure that you are doing all you can. We love you all. Yeah, you all.
Okay. Anybody want to join us this morning? I would love to hear from the fans about just that. Like, I want to know if you're going through some, you know, mental health issues. And it says, my Irish temper get the best of me, but medication worked out fine. You know what? You could be on to something there because I do have Irish blood myself. And I do get extremely potty mouth sometimes. I cuss like a sailor, especially when I'm upset and I can't calm down. And our family, once we put alcohol to it, it's, you know, or, you know, the white guy, you know, things tend to happen. You get what I'm saying? So I used to drink like that. I used to drink cups this big with no chaser. But guess what? I was blacking out, go upstairs and go to sleep. I was at home. I was safe, but that was not a good place. And then you can imagine the wear and tear on your liver and all that. Hold on, let me tell my sister. She just worried about the wrong thing right now. I put the trash cans out in the front.
I'll take over just now. Yeah, that's facts, Floyd. Speaking as a Scotsman as well, just across the water, we have a very similar relationship to alcohol. Far too many. Their wrists a bit loose, if you take my meaning, as it pertains to the old bottle. And it's the families that suffer. The bodies of the men themselves do suffer, but the families suffer too. Congratulations on your 5-year sobriety, brother. That is fantastic.
Oh yeah. You know what? For that, let me give you a $5 Cash App. I probably won't do it right now because I'm on the phone and I got to send the Cash App. Put your Cash App in the chat so I can star it and keep it. I'm going to send you a $5 coffee, or whatever you want to do with that $5. Candy, a pastry, just on your way, you know, just for being that, you know, congratulations. Because I smoked cigarettes a long time ago. I had to cut that habit. And I just feel so much better, Will, once you cut it. So it takes a while, though. It's definitely a habit that you create. and you think that's all you have to do to feel better. But no, motivation, exercise, and just your natural peace get you through your day. Yeah, meditation and medication. Absolutely. And some people have to have that medication, and if you do smoke a cigarette, so be it. Just know that eventually you might just want to try to cut that down eventually, because it's over time. You already know what happens. So
And
without cigs, yeah.
there is a lot to do when it comes to meditation. There's a lot of videos on YouTube for every conceivable thing that's affecting you physically. If you believe in sort of chakra, there's chakra realignments, there's pineal realignments,
Oh, yeah.
there's
Like, I don't know if anybody see my belly. My belly, I have beads on my stomach. Let me see if I can pull it back up. And don't get all excited, fellas. So, but I probably didn't even put it in the chat. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, I'm just saying there's meditations for a million different things on YouTube. So if you haven't tried that, it is worth trying, just to kind of zen out, to kind of get yourself back on track. They're great for anxiety too. They help me to sleep because I'm, as I say, between running the British schedule and the American schedule, sometimes I do not get the chance to get much sleep. So that kind of helps to regulate me so that I can get up, feel recharged, and give myself to y'all as possible.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's just, I get it. When you're not sleeping, that's when I put the caffeine on. I've been there, but since I've been sick, it's forced me to sleep in patterns. So I do cat naps. I do a little super, what do you call them? Whatever, super naps or whatever you call them. It's like maybe 30 minutes to an hour periodically throughout the day. Try that. Power naps. I said super naps. It's power naps where, okay, you might not be, you get 3 hours here, but then you just nap throughout the day as your schedule permits, because I know you're working now. So as soon as you get home, power nap. Before you go, power nap. And just get your energy that way. I've noticed that once I did those quick power naps, I've been fine. I haven't been on E. I feel refreshed. For the most part, I'm still a little drained. I feel it every now and then. It's still not 100%, but I'm pretty much at 95% at this point as far as recovering from that stomach flu. So,
that's great.
I really don't have a lot to talk about because honestly, it's the off season. As far as baseball, they're still in the lockout situation. They don't know if they're going to start playing. I've been seeing some players kind of getting in the batting cages and practicing, but we don't know we're going to have a season yet. As far as anything else in the league, it's really nothing I can say because, like I said, I'm starting to catch back up to the news, so I could be missing something. Is anything that you know that you want to speak about? It doesn't have to be Atlanta teams related.
We actually yesterday had the official schedule announced for the Glasgow Tigers season. So we start on the 10th of April and run through the 31st.
You said the 31st of April?
No, the 10th of April we're starting, and then we'll run right to the 31st of July, which coincides because the 31st of July I turned 31 as well. So that'll be a fun game.
Okay, what was your position? What position are you playing this year?
Wide receiver. But I've said to the guys that I'm open to a little bit of cross training. So there may be some defensive back, potentially a little quarterback in there as well. So I've auditioned to be Cordarrelle Patterson, I think.
Okay.
But
where can they find you? Where can they find the team information? Are you able to put like a link in the chat for the guys to follow you guys on that website?
No bother at
all, yeah. He's gonna put something in the chat so you guys can follow. I think it's interesting to see that just the international teams are starting to develop football leagues, American football leagues around. So have you gotten into? I know you're a football player. Have you done soccer? Have you done rugby? Have you done any other sport?
I'm quite kind of I've been around the block, as it were. So I've put the team Twitter up, and then, as I say, I in school I played 4 years of rugby and 4 years of
Okay.
basketball. So
Ooh, basketball. Okay.
I kind of really played for the school teams, but I kind of I was those were my favorite kind of things to do. And then I came out. I kind of played a little soccer. I was a goalkeeper, but I was never potentially good. I was never it was never my thing massively. Despite it being the national sport, I also see it as almost our national shame because it causes so much trouble, so much police presence necessary, and things of that nature. So that kind of turned soccer, and it was about that time, sort of 15, 16 years old, that I first stumbled onto the NFL, and kind of the rest is history.
Okay. And you chose the Falcons because, or you just like football altogether?
Yeah, as I say, I love football altogether, so it doesn't really matter who's playing. I'll watch it. But the first game I ever watched was the Minnesota Vikings against the Atlanta Falcons, and I have Norse blood in me. So I kind of went, okay, I love the colour of the Falcons uniforms, but I love the Vikings team name. So the team that wins this game is going to be my team.
Be your team, yeah.
And Michael Vick decided, oh, well, I think Will's watching and wants to decide on a team, so I'm going to just run roughshot today.
That is what's up. Okay, okay.
Ryan, and I love Matt Ryan, so I've kind of just decided to stick with it. Because my mum, she's a Dallas Cowboys fan. My uncle's a Miami Dolphins fan. And my grandmother, she's a New York Giants fan. So we're quite a kind of diverse family.
Yeah, a mixed blend of football team player, fans. Okay, but it's kind of like that. My husband, he is not a Falcons fan. He's a 49ers fan. And before that, he was a Broncos fan because of Peyton Manning, and then the Colts before. So, because that was his favorite quarterback, then he was like, well, he followed quarterbacks. He's not really loyal to the logo. He likes great quarterbacks, a great team, a great foundation. So it was kind of natural because he's already a USC college football fan anyway. So it was only kind of natural that it works out with that. So that's him. So I'm actually happy for him. His team actually is advancing and making it. So it's just hard to talk to his ass when he's in it. I was like, babe, I'm like, okay, all right, let me just sip my tea and just watch, because he'd be so passionate about his game. You can't even talk to that man. He'd be so mad at his team. Love it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm happy for him. I do hope so. We can kind of celebrate in the house and have a good time about that.
Go Aaron Rodgers. That took some doing, but congratulations to the Niners. That's going to be a damn good NFC championship with the Rams, in my opinion. Oh
yeah. And I already know I am cooking because I cooked a great meal this Sunday. I just felt like cooking. I said I'd probably do something special for that day as well. So like our family, we love to eat, and I lost so much weight when I got sick. I got all the way down to like 135 pounds, and I'm 5'9". So I'm already naturally skinny, but I have like an athletic build normally when I have a little weight on me. So I had got really down to my size. So I've just been eating, and I've been happy about it that I got my appetite back. So the necessities I needed was Gatorade, Pedialyte, soup, all of that. I had to learn how to get the natural fruits and suck on fruits for the dehydration, because water enough wasn't enough. Water made me feel dehydrated. So a lot of people was like, oh, I'm gonna drink water. And why do I still feel thirsty? You need those electrolytes. So that's why we're coming up with the packages that we send out to the fans, where it includes Gatorade, some type of electrolyte. Now, those liquid IVs is probably your best bet. But of course, those are more expensive upscale, but it's worth it because it counts as 3 glasses of water. So, or, having a lot of electrolytes. So you don't want to like kill it with those, you can't do that. Sometimes you can overdo liquid too. You can overhydrate it, and that's not good. What you say? I
I'm
don't
having
hear
few
you.
issues here. Seconds.
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Uh-huh.
How's that? Okay, sorry about that. Somebody trying to phone you, boy. No, as I was saying, when it comes to the isotonics, if you do overdo it, it can cause diarrhea, which obviously is going to affect your fluid levels enormously. So you want to be careful of not overdoing it. You can balance isotonic sports drinks to get those electrolytes into your system, but try and balance it with water as well, so that you're not overdoing it. Because if you do, obviously you're into kind of set yourself back as well.
Yeah. So, but it has. I've had benefits of it because I've been having a beer gut for quite some time, so that made my stomach go down. So I'm all happy, So this summertime, all y'all gonna see is belly chains and belly stuff and shirts and cutoffs. And I'm like, who the heck what is going on with Miss Maggie T? That's what's going on because I'm fine this year. I'm fine. I'm gonna get all fine. Still working on it because I've been eating again. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's still there. And anybody know about me? I'm lazy. I don't do no crunches. I don't do nothing. I eat, and that's what I like. So the key to my heart is food and other stuff.
I can attest
Okay.
to that.
So we're not going to go much longer. I don't see that it's a lot of people in the chat. I don't think nobody wants to jump on. So I said, give and take up until the hour. Then we'll go ahead and give everybody the rest of their day. I was hoping that somebody would like to join. We had a good couple of guests on yesterday. That was wonderful, but it is early. We started late. A lot of people don't know that we even online. So that's fine. Like I said, once y'all get used to us being on at this hour, just watch it back, if you didn't catch it. So let me see if I can do let's get a little daily motivational quote or something. Maybe I can do that for you guys. Give y'all some inspiration because, like I was saying, when I had the terrible weekend, it made me just call up to God, like, hey, what is happening here? It's like I'm finally in a peaceful place, but it seems like people are upset that I'm happy. People are upset that AFN is becoming successful. It's like you want to move forward, don't you? People always want to just keep you down or bring you down because they're miserable within themselves. So I'm going to find a little motivational quote or something that John Abraham actually said, and this is what helped me. And Floyd says, the key to a man's heart, feed me. Heck yeah. A woman too, shoot. I'm the opposite of what I'm not that cutesy. Oh, go get my nails done. No, feed me. Feed me. That's me. I likes to eat. So let me see. John Abraham sent me this. Like we have a little personal relationship, you guys. So I was really going through it, and I knew that he's also dealing with his own mental health with that CTE. He kind of got sick for a while, but he recognized it and took himself to the hospital, and he's been seeking the help that he's been needing. So here he goes. Okay, John Abraham. Let's see. The quote is, let me see, to kind of find a picture. Okay. It says, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So basically, everybody think they know it all. Oh, I'm a business person. Oh, you can't tell me anything. But you're in standstill. Something is not working for you. You're upset that the other person is taking off a little bit and you're crabbing a little bit. Not everybody can be an expert. Not everybody knows everything. It's okay to say, I don't know. And I do. Like, I know I want to be in the music industry. I want to do production. I want to actually engineer music and produce. Guess what? I don't know none of that. So I got to sit down and teach myself. And I have the resources where I have people that are actual producing to guide me along the way. But it's nothing like taking your hands on and getting it down yourself. That's why I said I'm getting me my MacBook, GarageBand, get in there and start playing around with some things, because Maggie wants to produce some tunes for the Atlanta Falcons Nation for her production crew, because I'm getting ready to put I didn't get I getting ready to put together a drama club. Now, I have an opportunity at a local school here, but depending on this interview on Friday, I may not be readily available because of the hours. So I may just create my own drama club. And it's basically for the youth. It's going to be local. And most likely it'll be taking place in the summertime. But of course, we got to rev it up, get to know the parents and all that, get all the kids together. And it's just going to be COVID friendly. Of course, we're going to do everything that's kind of based on that, where the kids are learning character development. I'm going to teach them business also, just try to keep them off the streets and give them something to look forward to. And they're in charge of their own plays. So set design, costumes, the script themselves, of course, with some help. But I will want to bring a committee, and this is all volunteer people. So don't think you're going to get a paycheck doing this, because this is what I'm giving back to the community. Because eventually I want to take that to a resource center, like a recreational center, where you got football, soccer field. They can go play and practice, and then they could come in and do some stage plays and things like that. Maybe hopefully we can find a facility with a pool so they can kind of get in there and work it out. So it's just like an overall facility, but it's going to be protected to where you have to let me know that you're there. So it's not going to be like free to the public. You'll know about it, but you have to sign up the proper things, because I'm trying to protect these babies. I don't want just some random person off the street coming in. Hey, I'm a somebody. And we got kids snatching up. Sex trafficking is a huge, huge deal in the United States right about now. So to protect my babies, because I'm going to have my kids involved. My daughters, all three of them are musically talented because of me. They just are discovering that. And I have other family members. So it's going to be mainly family, but anybody else that wants to get in here and bring their babies on, it's going to be safe. It'll just be for the weekend. And they, we'll have it where you drop them off at a certain time. They'll be fed, overall, it's like a summer camp, and you don't have to pay for anything. I will take care of, all of it. So I'll give you guys the details once I really know my other schedule as far as this government position and interview on Friday, so depending on everything, we might bring that out this summer. If not, I'll just develop it for later on in a year. So we'll see. And it said, Talks and Falcons said, I just saw on Twitter that the Bucks should trade for Matt Ryan and Calvin Ridley. And good morning, Noah. Good morning. What? First of all, Matt Ryan is not going anywhere. Now, Calvin Ridley, okay. But Matt Ryan is here for another 2 years, you guys. You better just get used to it. But Terry Fontenot is a surpriser, though. So, but I think when they came into this league, they was coming in the fact that they like Matt Ryan as a quarterback. Arthur Smith has a connection with him. You can tell that their chemistry is great. And Matt Ryan is frustrated, and he's just trying to pull his weight and help. Like I said yesterday, he has to also coach. Everybody say, "Oh, he's lost his way." When you got multiple things going on, when you got to first off, find your proper receiver, then you got this person not in position. So it's like, get fucking set. Wait a minute, where's the receiver? Drawing back and you're trying to find them, then they drop the ball. So it's like, oh, his arm is not accurate. It was like, for one thing, he also got to see this man coming his way. I'm trying to tell you what position to be in, and I'm trying to find a receiver while I'm about to be on my back. Of course, his accuracy won't be correct. What you say about that?
It's pretty hard to throw the ball when you've got a 300-pound man right in your face, and he does.
Absolutely.
And I really agree with you, Toxic Falcons. I don't want to see Matt in someone else's jersey either. I've heard Denver teased, I've heard Pittsburgh teased, and it almost sends shivers down my spine. I would much rather keep him in the ATL until he's ready to retire. I think he's earned the respect from us to I've said it on many times, groom his own heir. I mean, he's ran that system for 14 seasons to a consistent basis, to a high level. He's still getting the job because nobody had us as a 7-win team this season. So, I mean, clearly there are a good sort of backbone for us to build from. It's just, can we put the right pieces in place around Matt to sort of do what the Buccaneers did with Brady and capitalise on that window before he gets too old, too beaten up to continue.
Yeah. So, what about Calvin Ridley? Do you think he is here to stay, or you think that they are probably going to start flexing that possibility of getting rid of him? What do you think?
Flexing the trade option as well with Calvin, because of the fact that he's not been forthright. As I said on my debut on the channel, I feel like there was more that he could have done. So he's shown his kind of level of commitment to the Falcons. So I feel like they're definitely going to shop around. And from what I've kind of heard in the sort of rumour mill, they're saying that Philly may offer one of those first-round picks for him. Now, if they do that, that would give us 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. Potentially address the offensive line, the defensive line, and the secondary, all in the first 2 rounds, which would put us in a very good position. And then obviously there's so much receiver depth as well, so we can replace them. Maybe even with a Drake London in round 2 or someone of that ilk. Trayvon Burks. And then, as Noah says, and I completely agree, that it's sort of win-win, because if he's not able to come shift him out, we're not going to incur any dead cap either.
I mean, and we could get a wide receiver in the draft, or free agent, undrafted or free agency. So it's like a wide receiver is easy to find, in my opinion. Yeah. So I'm guaranteed we'll be able to get somebody in his replacement. It's just, I don't think Calvin really was just ready for that number 1. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Russell Gage, give the guy his due. He has kind of stepped up in that interim period, and he has proven that he can be a wide receiver too, because he has been. I mean, I know we've kind of been using some sort of hybrid. Pitts is the number 1 receiver. No, Patterson is, but I mean, Gage is a solid option, and I think we can make him wide out too.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Arthur Smith is making these players like Cordero Patterson. Cordero is just excited about playing for any position. So I feel like that we're getting ready to develop more versatile players, that they can be in any position at any time and know how to do that role, not placing them in the middle of the season. Like, you know what? Scratch that. You're safety. Like, what? So then they got to learn a whole new way of going about things. But starting off from training camp, getting them, because he said he wants it to be when everybody remember his press conference. He wants you not to know which way that we are coming. So that means you don't know which player and how they're going to be playing in that position that day. So you thinking, because one thing about the Falcons is we always been predictable. Or have we not? It's like everybody already know what's coming with the Falcons. It's like, oh, they're going to keep running this thing. They can't get in the red zone. All right. Everybody know exactly what they're doing. And our defense, we're softer, been, baby tissue. But that was then. Now, everybody's worried about the record and, oh, we suck. Matt Ryan is this and that and the other. That end zone frustration was just Matt Ryan being that. He's frustrated. He's like, I'm sick of this. Get me some guys here to protect me. I'll run a shit in, because I'm tired of being on my back and I'm getting ridiculed. I'm pretty sure he's seeing all these comments and hate and toxicity towards a quarterback that's putting everybody on his back. This man literally was busted up and still got up. Okay, let's go. Like, y'all give him so much hate. But this man is the only loyal, consistent player on the team. Why do you fucking want to change and trade him? Give him 2 more years and then allow him that let's not put ourselves in a different hole where we got to pay another player somewhere else that's not even on the team, people. Let's get real. Let's get real. Unless we can get an even trade with another quarterback or whatever. It's like, let's make it make sense. Go ahead.
Yeah, and for all those who want to insist upon riding Brady's you-know-what, just remember what happened at the weekend. He got a bloody lip and looked straight to the referees. Now, how many times have you seen Matt get blown up in the pocket this season? And he's had one meltdown when he was frustrated and had a little bit of mouth towards Jordan Poyer. That stuff happens.
Oh, you know what? I meant to not to cut you off. I actually got my IEP for my son, people. I forgot we had that. I like to start on time. So, William, if you would like to continue and just go off at 10 minutes, you could just end the show. Please.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go jump on this IEP situation. They calling me now. I'll be in the background. I'm right here if you want to continue. But I'm gonna just get off the camera. I forgot about this meeting. I'm so sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I like the idea of getting veteran experience on the O-line. Definitely, there's so much depth in terms of the edge rushers in the draft. There's some real scary options. If we go for someone like a George Karlaftis to start or a David Ojabo with our first pick, I think that could be a great shout. But yeah, I agree with Toxic Falcons as well. We have dropped too many picks, so we definitely need to kind of shore up that defense. We need more than AJ Terrell in the secondary, in my opinion. I mean, there's players like Jalen Hawkins who show potential to be good sort of nickel or dime corner options, but we don't have a solid CB2, which makes me think we're maybe going to look at a Derek Stingley or someone of that ilk. So it just kind of depends. Pick your poison sort of thing, and especially if we can get one of those first rounders from Philly, where we may be in a good position. So just obviously, as I say, there's lots of different things that you can look at in terms of free agency, but you also need to look at the fact that the cap space is increasing as well. So every team's going to have more money. You also think of the fact that we're going to renegotiate Matt Ryan's deal as well. So you think there are things we can do to free up some cap. I can see Major Bricks asking where I'm from. I am based in Scotland, my dude. So it's mid-afternoon here, but I like to kind of keep you all entertained in the morning as much as I can. So if any of you have got any questions or anything you want to put across in the last sort of 7-8 minutes, just obviously feel free to have your say. But yeah, in terms of pass rush, that is definitely a big need. But yeah, CB2 is up there too. I think CB2 is probably more important for us than even offensive line. We can get some help on the offensive line through free agency as well. So I think we need to, as Isaac says and Noah says, we need to kind of build up and keep rotating, build that depth up as well, just to obviously make sure we're doing the right things, keeping people healthy as well. Noah, I'm sorry I haven't as yet, just because I've been busy getting the 9 to 5 up and running. But I will be in touch, my guy, just in a little while, because I'm going to take a wee day or two just to get some things together, do some research, read up on some of the college wideouts as well, because I know there are a few out with the guys that I've sort of mentioned before. Some of the sort of day 2, day 3 guys I'll be delving into as well. But yeah, and I can see Toxic Falcons is saying if Derek Stingley is there, pick him. I would agree with that. Stingley's definitely a good option. Putting him opposite Terrell is going to give us a lot of different options in terms of how we can play teams that run 3 and 4 receiver sets. So yeah, it's going to give us a lot to kind of potentially look at in terms of articles and in terms of video content in the off season, because we've reached a bit of an impasse, a crossroads, if you will, in terms of what rounds do you go for what positions, who do you look for in free agency, what are your biggest needs, what kind of system, offensively, defensively, are you looking to run next year as well. So it gives you a lot to sort of think about. But yeah, as I say, I will also have another delve into the college football wide receivers as well. I'm sorry it's taken me so long, but I've got a little bit of time before I start work, so I can get in about that for you as well, brother. And yeah, I can see us trading Calvin for a first round pick too, so gives us material that we can reinvest in the team as well. So yeah, as I say, just obviously it's knowing about where you want to go and then just sort of actioning it accordingly, not doing the whole blow up like Green Bay seemed to be planning either. So yeah, if we can get a DB and a D lineman, as I say, I feel that would be the most important needs as well. So yeah, as I say, just keep your eyes on the draft boards. Do your own research. Let's see if we can find some fits here. Put it on Twitter. Let's see if we can speak this into existence, because the team needs some help as well. So I'm going to go, guys. I'm going to sort of wrap this up. So I wanted to thank you all for joining in for the Miss Maggie T morning show. I would like to sign off by saying good morning, Atlanta. Good afternoon, UK. Hello, world. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening. And should you need this, hit your boy up. Much love. Peace.